Okay, time for a new video. Welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're new. This is yet another Eurovision 2026 related video here on my channel, and another reaction type video as well, albeit not to snippets of songs today, but rather to a lineup, and the lineup in question is an exciting one. It regards the Sanremo Music Festival 2026. Yes, indeed, we now know the 30 big artists that will take part in next year's festival, which will be the 76th edition of it. Of course, we are all very familiar with what Sanremo is. It is older than Eurovision. It's a very prestigious, famous, classy event, which for a long time now has taken place at the rather compact Teatro Ariston in Sanremo on the northwest coast of Italy. And next year's competition begins on February the 24th, slightly later than usual. That is because of the Winter Olympics and Paralympics taking place in Italy early next year. Then, of course, we have several more shows that week before the final on February the 28th. Carlo Conti is going to be the artistic director for the competition. In terms of the format, it's relatively similar to how it has been in the recent past. On night one, all 30 artists will be judged by the jury of the press room, TV and web. On night two, half of the acts will perform and will be judged through a 50-50 split system by means of public voting and the jury of the radio to be added to the results of night one. There's also a newcomers section. We don't have to worry too much about that in this video. On night three, the other half of the big artists perform and the same voting methods are implemented. On night four, it's covers night, and those covers will be judged again through a split system by means of public voting and the two juries determining the winner of the night. I believe, but I could be wrong, that the results of the fourth night have no impact on the results of the fifth night, the final, in which all of the artists perform and will be judged through a split system by means of the public voting and the two juries to be added up to the results of the first three nights. Then there is a super final with again the same split system of voting, and we finally have a winner somewhere between 2 and 6 months after the show actually begins, because as we all know, it definitely goes on for a long time. But it is fabulous. You've got everybody there in the theatre wearing their best suits and dresses, sitting there stony-faced, very serious, and then as the classification comes in, they all start booing because they're never happy with it every year. It's just pure theatre. And you know what we're going to get here. An absolutely stellar lineup. Top quality names. It might be a small theatre, but pretty much every major Italian musician over the past 70 to 80 years has performed there. And we're also going to have the usual smattering of newcomers. We're going to have some pop artists, those musicians who dabble more in rap and hip-hop, maybe one or two rock musicians, certainly some golden oldies, people who maybe haven't competed at the festival for 20 years plus. It's always quite exciting. And I'm going to go through this lineup right now for the first time. Now, you'll have to forgive me, because I might be clicking backwards and forwards a few times. I might make a few mispronunciations and things like that. And also, I am not feeling 100%, if you couldn't already tell. I have been a little under the weather for a few days now. Yesterday, the whole right side of my face was very painful, most likely related to my sinuses, but thankfully I am on the mend and I have a few more videos filmed for the next couple of days, indeed the next couple of weeks, as we see out 2025. With that being said, I'm already rambling big time. Do stick with me. I'm going to go through this slowly and maybe find a bit of information online about those artists that I am definitely not too familiar with. Feel free to let me know your thoughts on anything I discuss in today's video by leaving a comment down below. And as always, there are links in the description to my other social media pages. Check them out if you so wish. So here we go. I believe it's here in front of me. I'm scrolling down very slowly. Like I said a moment ago, there is the Sanremo Giovanni section. I'm not really focusing on that too much at the moment. It doesn't really matter at this stage, I would say, but that is ongoing. That has already started and it's continuing. But here we go. The big artists. Here we go, dear viewers. And we're off to a cracking start with a major name. This is what I'm talking about straight away. Bam! Big artist. It's Arisa. Rosalba Pippa is her real name. She's 43 and she is a former Sanremo winner back in 2014. She's released a whole bunch of albums. The most recent one was in 2021. She's had several platinum singles. Sincerità, La Notte, Controvento, which is I think the song that won Sanremo for her over a decade ago. She's won a bunch of awards. She's been in Sanremo many times. She won the newcomers section in 2009. She was second in 2012, won in 2014, 10th in 2016, 8th in 2019, 10th in 2021. This woman has not finished outside the top 10 at Sanremo before, so place your bets that she's going to get a half-decent result next year. Absolutely fantastic. We do not have the song titles yet. We will get them in due course, but that's a very exciting name straight off the bat. Then we have Bambole di Pezza. They are, well, hello. They are an all-female, by the looks of it, pop-punk rock group who've been making music since 2002, and I'm already very excited by this. They look like they are right up my street. Bambole di Pezza translates here as ragdolls. They've released several albums, including one this year, and this is fabulous. Fabulous. Like the look of them, the aesthetic is fantastic. We're off to a great start. Next we have Chielo. Rocco Modello is their name. They're 26. Have they been involved in Sanremo before? They were a guest on the cover night of this year's festival, performing alongside Rose Villain. 3 albums, including one in April this year. Don't know too much about them. Rap and hip-hop music is big in Italy, of that there is no doubt, but I have to say, I'm not usually a fan of it at Sanremo. It has to be something really top-notch for me to be into it. I don't know why, but there we are. Then we have Dargen D'Amico, real name Jacopo D'Amico, born in Milan, 45 years of age. He was in Sanremo in 2022 and 2024. Can't quite recall his songs at the moment. He's released a whole bunch of albums. He's collaborated with a lot of people as well. So that is a returning name. Moving on, there's no Annalisa, I've just realised that. Never mind. Ditto nella Piaggia. Margherita Carducci, born on February the 5th, 1997. She's 28 and from Rome, and she was in the festival in 2022 with the song Chimica, Chimica. That was a good song. That was a bit underrated. She's released 2 albums, several singles. She's back and doing it by herself. Ditto nella Piaggia is a portmanteau compound of the Italian phrase dito nella piaggia, or finger in the wound. Lovely. We move on. Next up, Eddie Brock. Not sure who that is, dear viewers. Eddie Brock is a comic book character. Okay. Eddie Brock is actually Edoardo Iasci, who blends pop and rock. He's from Rome, and he definitely seems like quite the newcomer. So I don't really know too much else about him. But there you go. It's always good to have newcomers. Next up, we have a familiar name, Elettra Lamborghini, born in May 1994. She is the granddaughter of the founder of Lamborghini. Lots of reality TV. She was on Geordie Shore. Heavens above. Anyway, she's 31, from Bologna. She's been in Sanremo before, back in 2020, but she didn't do that well. She's been a judge on Italia's Got Talent. She's been herself and a co-host on Miss Italia. She was also the co-host of the third night of Sanremo earlier this year. She's done a ton of reality TV. She's probably got millions of followers. And she's also married to Afrojack, the Dutch DJ. How about that? Beautiful woman. She's probably going to have some sort of saucy pop song, I'd imagine. We then move on to Enrico Nigiotti. Former winner? Maybe not. No. He was on Italy's version of the X Factor. He's been in the newcomers section of Sanremo. And he was in the 2019 edition of Sanremo. And the 2020 edition of Sanremo. He's 38, from Livorno. He was also on Amici di Maria De Filippi, which is this huge singing competition on television in Italy. It's been going on for a very, very long time. He's released a bunch of albums. The most recent one was about 5 years ago. Moving on. Ermal Meta. Oh, you just know that he's going to do very, very well. We know all about this man. He was born in Albania. He's only 44. Born in 1981. He won Sanremo with Fabrizio Moro in 2018. Non mi avete fatto niente. This very powerful, stirring, sort of emotionally charged track, which didn't do terribly well with the juries in Lisbon, but the public were really on board with it, and I think they finished about 5th overall. He has done well in Sanremo in the past. He finished 3rd in 2021. He's also collaborated with various people. His last album came out last year. Definitely one to keep an eye on. Then we have Fedez and Marco Massini. Wow, that's quite the double act. Fedez is a huge star. His real name is Federico Lucia, born in October 1989. He's got loads of tattoos, 36, from Milan. His last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 albums have gone to number 1, multi-platinum. This guy farts and it goes platinum in Italy. Look at this, number 1 singles, left, right and damn centre. I mean, surely he's going to win Sanremo at some point. He was in a relationship with the very beautiful Chiara Ferragni, but that fell apart last year. What a shame. But he's a huge, huge star. Absolutely. He's a businessman as well. He had a song with Francesca Michelin in Sanremo a couple of years ago, which was very, very nice. But he's teamed up with Marco Massini, who's got quite a raspy voice. And has he won Sanremo before? Yes, he has. Back in 2004, he also won the newcomers section in 1990. He's 61, from Florence. And he has released a ton of albums and singles. It's like the name of old teaming up with the big star of the present day. That's definitely a double act to keep an eye out for. Then we have Francesco Renga, former Sanremo winner. Is he not? I thought he won it. Yes, he did. Angelo. Oh, yes. 2005. Pier Francesco Renga. Yes, indeed. He's back. And he's 57, from Udine. He's released loads of albums, platinum left, right and centre. This is what I'm talking about with Sanremo. You know, big names everywhere you damn well look. Then we have Fulminacci. Filippo Utinacci, born in September 1997 in Rome. He's been at Sanremo before with Santa Marinella in 2021. What have we got here? 3 albums. The last one in 2023. Several singles, including Filippo Leroy. He's back, and it says here indie pop. Lovely stuff. Then we have Jax. Alessandro Aliotti. A newcomer, perhaps? Has been a judge on The Voice of Italy. 53 years of age, born in Milan, or from Milan. Part of the rap group Articolo 31. They've been in Sanremo before a few times. Hip-hop, rap, rock, funk and punk. Loads of albums. And there we go. Lovely stuff. Moving on. LDA and AK7. Well, LDA is Luca D'Alessio, 22, from Naples, has been in Sanremo before in 2023, 1 album which charted at number 16, several singles. As for AK7, Real name Luca Marzano, 25, from Vico Equense. One album, but that was back in 2021. Several singles, collaborated with a few people. That is another double act. Then we have Leo Gassman. There's a familiar name. Born in November 1998 in Rome. Finished 5th on the Italian X Factor several years ago, won the newcomers section of Sanremo in 2020, and took part in the 2023 Big Artists section. 2 albums, both of which haven't charted that highly. His last single was Free Drink, bottoms up, and he's going to be back. Lovely stuff. Levante. Oh, yes, not to be confused with the Spanish football team of the same name. This is Claudia Lagona, beautiful woman, 38 years of age, from Catania. She was a judge on the Italian X Factor. She's received a nomination for an MTV European Music Award. She took part in the 2020 and 2023 editions of Sanremo. She's released a whole bunch of albums, all of which have charted fairly highly. She's released a whole bunch of singles. Would you believe it? The one with Fedez went to number 1. And that's a very exciting one right there, no doubt about it. Bear with me, we're getting through it. Luce is next. Luca Imprudente. Born in 1981 in Naples. They're 44 years of age. They're a rapper, and they've released a whole bunch of albums, including one this year. And apparently he opened 2 pizzerias in New York. Something like that. Lovely stuff. Moving on. Malika Ayane. I'm probably mispronouncing her surname, but Malika Ayan. Born in January 1984 in Milan. She's 41. She finished 3rd in Sanremo several years ago. And she's released many albums, some of which have gone platinum, loads of singles, Ricomincio da qui, back in 2010. She has had a number 1 single as well. Yes, she's done a bit of acting. She was in the Italian tour of Cats up until last year. Yes, lovely stuff. She's got some Sanremo pedigree, so there you go. Next up, Mara Satei. Oh, lovely. April 1995. She's from Fiumicino. She's 30. She was on Amici di Maria De Filippi, because of course she was. She's released 2 albums, one of which charted at number 2 last year. She's had a number 1 single with, you guessed it, Fedez, because that guy turns up, you're selling millions of copies. She has been in Sanremo before with 2000 Minuti back in 2023. And yes, she is taking part again. That's a pretty exciting one. Then we have Maria Antonietta and Colombre. Maria Antonietta, born in August 1987, indie pop, indie rock. Don't know too much about her. Released several albums. I think this is a newcomer. Colombre, who is Giovanni Imparato. It seems as though these 2 perform together fairly regularly, perhaps? I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, they're teaming up for Sanremo. So there you go. Then we have Michele Bravi. Oh, wow. He's back. It's been a few years. 30 years of age, from Perugia. He's sold over 300,000 copies in Italy alone. He's received 2 MTV Italian Music Awards. He's released a bunch of albums, 2 of which have gone to number 1. He's released a whole bunch of singles, including one with Carla Bruni last year. He has been at Sanremo several times, but not for a while. He did perform with Annalisa in 2018. That was fantastic during the Duets night. Fantastic. Pretty good voice. He's returning. Then we have Nate, N-A-Y-T, 31, from Isernia, a rapper. Real name apparently William Mezzanotte. Loads of EPs and albums. Looking at this list, don't know much about them. Then we have Patti Pravo. Real name Nicoletta Strambelli. Born in Venice, 77 years of age. You do not get people of that age really in other national selections. And yes, I know Sanremo is not really a national selection, but I'm calling it one for the purposes of this video. She is a huge name. Cieli Immensi is the song that I remember of hers from Sanremo several years ago. She's had a lot of success going back to the early 1970s. She's a very well-known established name. There's one of the golden oldies I said would be here. She's been married 6 times. How about that? She's previously identified as an anarchist. So make of that what you will. Don't think she's ever won Sanremo, though. Not that I can see. Anyway, we move on. Raf is next. Raffaele Riefoli. Is this who I think it is? Gente di Mare. Oh, my word, it is. Gente di Mare. Do-do. Is that the name of the song? It probably isn't, knowing me. Yes, it is. Da-da-da-da. Do-do. I mean, that couldn't be more 80s if it tried. Raf is back. 66 years of age. Released loads of albums, but not for 10 years, apparently. Oh, there's another golden oldie. Right there for you. Moving on, there can't be many more left. Sal da Vinci. Salvatore Michael Sorrentino. He's 56, born in New York City. He finished 3rd at the 2009 Sanremo Music Festival. Loads of albums. Can't say I'm too familiar with him. Samurai J is a rapper, born in 1998. Real name Gennaro Amatore. Don't know too much about them. Released 1 album. So there you go. Then we have Safe. Real name Adam Safe Viacava. Also a rapper. Also reggae. How about that? Released 1 EP and 2 mixtapes. And a whole bunch of singles. Then we have Serena Brancale, who was born in May 1989 in Bari, released 3 albums, was in Sanremo earlier this year. So that's another returning name. Lovely stuff. Tommaso Paradiso is the former frontman of The Giornalisti, 42 years of age from Rome. Looks to be a newcomer. Released 2 albums as a soloist, including Space Cowboy. Don't know too much about them, I have to say. And then the last act is Tredici Pietro. Pietro Morandi, the son of Gianni Morandi. Hello. 28 years of age from Bologna. A rapper. I'm going to have to look this up because it says he and then it says her. Let me look this up here. Tredici Pietro. It is a bloke. So this article's all over the place. Anyway, 3 albums, several singles, including one that went platinum in 2020. Well, there you go. That is the lineup. You'll have to excuse me. That was a bit all over the place. Okay. Arisa is probably going to be one of the favourites. I think Ermal Meta will be a serious contender. Fedez and Marco Massini. I have a feeling that could be a ballad, actually. That's got to be one to keep an eye out for. Both of them together. Francesco Renga. Levante. Michele Bravi. Patti Pravo absolutely could do very well. As for the others, well, you know, we just have to wait and see what the songs sound like. But there you go. That's the Sanremo Music Festival 2026 Big Artists lineup. What do you think about it? Maybe it's not as big as we've seen it in the past, but we've definitely got some major names there. And, yeah, maybe it'll be one of those names that I just mentioned that ends up coming on top. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. The songs will obviously, well, we won't know anything about them for a long time yet. But bring it on, because you know that quality is surely coming. Anyway, let me know what you think about this lineup, and I'll be back with another Eurovision 2026 related video very soon. We're getting the Albanian songs shortly, and the Melfest lineup too, and then Junior Eurovision is upon us as well. So certainly I have some more videos lined up and ready to go. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Apologies for my under-the-weather appearance and voice. I'll see you again soon. Take care, and bye for now.